From Recorded Future News and PRX, this is Click Here.
When you first go abroad, you can still feel good for about 3 years. It's much better than being in North Korea, but those years fly by so fast.
This is Kim Ji-min. He's a North Korean defector who used to live in Pyongyang. We asked someone to voice his answers for us in English. And once upon a time, not so long ago, he lived a secret life. He was part of a small army of young men trained in computers, sent abroad, and then forced to scam the world on behalf of the government. We don't hear from them often. They usually don't talk. But this week, in a matter of speaking, Kim did.
It's like the military, and each team has a leader. If someone can't do their job, that person is sent back to North Korea and substituted with someone new.
And what Kim Ji-min makes clear is that the North Koreans who are hacking your inbox, pretending to be job applicants, uploading malware-laced resumes and AI-generated pictures to job sites, are actually prisoners themselves.
The stress and isolation drove many to insanity.
I'm Dina Temple-Rustin, and this is Click Here's Mic Drop, a deeper dive into one of our favorite interviews of the week. And today, a rare voice from inside the North Korean regime. A man who was part of the Hermit Kingdom's massive cyber army and then left it behind. He declined to talk to us directly, but he did share his story with an NGO based in Seoul called PS Core. And what it provides is a rare peek into the world of North Korea's cyber warriors. Not soldiers in uniform exactly, more like comrades in sweatpants, sharing bunk beds, logging on, breaking in, getting paid, and watching their backs.
We were under constant surveillance.
Stay with us. Click Here is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company has affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. I'm Dina Temple-Rustin, and this is Click Here's Mic Drop. If you grew up in South Korea, North Korea is a bit of an obsession. A lot of South Koreans don't think of the people who live on the other side of the DMZ as long-lost cousins. They think of them as the enemy.
North Korea was always an enemy. Probably you understand as an American, they are communist. They are biggest enemy.
This is Bara Nam. He's the Secretary General of the PS Core NGO. And he grew up in South Korea. And he was raised with a steady diet of government propaganda.
When I was a little kid, there was a kind of cartoons like the North Koreans as a wolf doing some strange things. Not only just bad guys, they are threatening entire world and they are threatening our life.
내각 결정 78호란 뭐냐 하면 경의하는 붉은 수령님의
The cartoon he remembers most, one in which a North Korean general is literally depicted as a wolf.
경축하기 위한 결정서다.
Bara Nam eventually outgrew this version of reality. And as he got older, he began to see the North Koreans not as wolves, but as victims.
I realized that they are kind of like same people. They are under the oppression of the brutal regime. And we were one family for 5,000 years and just separated for 70 years. we should be reunificated and need to work, live together, and be together, because we are very close, actually.
And in his work at PS Corps, that realization kept coming back in sharper relief. Not just that they should be reunified, but that a lot of North Koreans aren't so much the enemy as they are victims. Something he understood even better when he started talking to IT workers like Kim Ji-min. You know, in the old Soviet Union, when they saw young kids who were very good athletes, they would train them as very small kids so that they could become like Olympic gymnasts. Does the same thing happen in North Korea? Do they look for people who are really good in math and computers?
Yeah, actually, like, if you are very smart and in a talented education, then you can learn computers there, computer science. Then when you graduated, then you have some chance to be the IT worker.
But IT worker doesn't mean what it sounds like. You didn't just land a great job writing code for a startup or developing a great new game. In this case, you're building spyware, infiltrating companies, and laundering crypto.
The main market for the North Korean IT workers is the US market.
That was Kim Ji-min, the former North Korean IT worker again. Once selected, workers like him are sent abroad, usually to China or Russia, somewhere with decent internet and not too many questions.
There is no internet in North Korea and not many resources for computer science education. North Korea started sending IT workers abroad in large numbers in the 2010s. At that time, it was considered a great opportunity if you could go abroad.
They live in dorm-style houses, sharing meals, swapping code, under constant pressure.
There is a monthly quota we have to meet. Programmers have to earn more than that to make a profit or send money to their family.
If they meet the quota, they get a cut, maybe 20% of what they earn. The rest goes straight to the regime. But Bada Nam from the PS Corps NGO says that money comes with significant strings.
Every North Korean who's like going abroad, they need to leave their families back in North Korea, kind of like hostages. They could get some of the promised money, like 5 or 10% of total earnings. Their promised money, they could get it when they are coming back to North Korea.
There aren't just carrots, but also sticks. Families are held sort of hostage, not just by the promise of money, but under threat if their family member doesn't do as they're told. So even if you want to escape, your family's safety hangs in the balance. And Kim Ji-min says that balance is under constant surveillance and assessment.
Screen monitoring systems are installed on all computers in order to surveil them. Team leaders use them for surveillance. Simply not installing the screen monitoring program is considered to be something you shouldn't be doing, and you are handled like a criminal.
There's no real privacy, not online, not offline. Surveillance comes from all sides. What the regime might not see, your coworkers do, and they might report you.
So it is kind of slavery working conditions.
Of course, the regime doesn't see it that way. To them, this is a well-oiled export operation in which hundreds of millions of dollars are generated by invisible workers. And now, that operation is evolving. When we come back, we'll explain. Stay with us. Support for Click Here comes from Quince. And you're probably like me. When the weather warms up, the idea of buying yourself a whole new wardrobe seems like a good one. And then a lot of what you buy ends up in a pile of clothes you never wear. Quince will help break you of that habit. Their pieces are timeless, lightweight, and responsibly manufactured with premium fabrics and finishes. And the best part? Everything on Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find for similar brands because they work directly with top artisans and cut out the middleman. I have a pair of their suede mules. They're water repellent, look expensive but aren't, and the insole is incredibly comfortable from the moment you put them on. They're the perfect slip-ons for the summer. So treat your closet to a little summer glow-up with Quince. Go to quince.com/click here for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/click here to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/click here.
How did the internet go from this
You could actually find what you were looking for right away, bang.
to this?
I feel like I'm in hell.
Spoiler alert, it was not an accident. I'm Cory Doctorow, host of Who Broke the Internet from CBC's Understood. In this 4-part series, I'm going to tell you why the internet sucks now, whose fault it is, and my plan to fix it. Find Who Broke the Internet on whatever terrible app you get your podcasts.
We reported earlier this week about a North Korean cyber unit called Research Center 227 that's focused on building a homegrown North Korean AI. The goal? Smarter phishing scams, deep fake recruiters, fake influencers who look just real enough. The idea is to blend propaganda with social media, influence with illusion, beauty filters, bullet points. Do you believe that in the future AI is just going to keep getting bigger so that these IT workers can do more or fake identities better?
Yeah, absolutely. And even for the illegal IT workers from North Korea, they will use AIs and try to attack our life in a different ways, very creative ways than we expected.
But even as the tools change, former IT worker Kim Ji-min says the MO stays the same. Pressure, quotas, surveillance, isolation, rinse and repeat.
When you first go abroad, you can still feel good for about 3 years. It's much better than being in North Korea. But those years fly by so fast.
And then the glow fades and the gray sets in.
Once, flying into North Korea from China, I thought to myself that it is like watching colored television in China. Then entering North Korea, it felt like switching to black and white.
Bada Nam says Kim Ji-min eventually got out of North Korea. He lives in South Korea now, but he still works in IT.
He said that actually he's earning less money than when he was in China because he cannot do money laundering. But he said he's very happy now and he wanted to improve the IT workers' human rights.
And his wanting to improve North Korea's IT worker rights? Well, that might be the most subversive code of all. From Recorded Future News, this has been Click Here's Mic Drop. It was written and produced by Megan Dietrich, Sean Powers, Erica Gaida, Zach Hirsch, Lucas Riley, and me, Dina Tubble-Raston. It was edited by Karen Duffin. Special thanks this week to Charles Rue for voicing our North Korean defector. We'll be back on Tuesday with an all-new episode of Click Here. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend.
Looking for more of the cybersecurity and intelligence coverage you get on Click Here? Then check out our sister publication, The Record, from Recorded Future News. You'll get breaking cyber news from reporters in New York, Washington, London, and Kiev, among others. And you'll see for yourself why it attracts hundreds of thousands of page views every month. Just go to therecord.media.